I'll make it very brief. You spoke that the image of the American Muslims has been influenced largely by events outside the United States or beyond the United States. Is there any such image of American Muslims within the Muslim world? Are there any expectations of American Muslims in the numerous countries that you've visited?
Yeah, it's a very interesting and ambivalent kind of thing. In some Muslim countries I go to, in some Muslim communities, some people worry and say, you know, my God, they're going to lose their Islam. They're going to lose their Islamic identity, you know, in America. In others, no matter where I go now, I'm always asked, even though I don't go there to lecture or to talk on Muslims in America, I'm always asked to speak about Muslims in America and answer questions. They wonder, those that don't know, what's happening here? Are Muslims growing and thriving as a faith? Are they accepted? Are they not accepted? To what extent do events in the Muslim world impact on the way they are, the way American Muslims are perceived here? I think all of those things, you know, play out. Yeah.
Yes, I really appreciated your speech tonight, and I'm very happy that being a Christian, you have been able to bring up the main problem that we have here about having masjids all separated because of nationalities. That took a Christian to have to bring it up to us, because we've tried and we haven't succeeded. Also, I wanted to know that when you speak to Christian groups, do you ever suggest to them to read Qur'an, to learn about it, so they can see really what Islam is about, not what they perceive from the people? We had a meeting about a year ago with a rabbi, a priest, and a Muslim leader. And the priest informed us that Catholics did not know about our Quran because of ignorance. And we know as a fact that the Vatican really doesn't want our Quran to be out there too much because it's not beneficial to them. Do you ever suggest for them to just sit down and read our Quran and see what similarity it has to all of the revelations that God has sent to us, and to see that, you know, we're not just something from outer space, that we're something that's real, and it's just the completion of what God sent to man.
I mean, what I would point out to many in the audience is that the vast majority of people in the United States who study Islam and study Quran are probably not Muslim. So that's a beginning point. I mean, the fact is there are an awful lot of people out there of Christian and Jewish backgrounds who choose to take courses and study it. One of the great ironies is that Muslims can be very much like other ethnic groups and other groups, African Americans and Italians and Hispanics. They will on campus insist on having Hispanic studies or Italian studies or whatever and want professors, but the students from that very background will often not be the kids who wind up taking the courses. So number one, that does go on in classrooms. Number two, to be quite frank, the way I suggest that people approach Islam is to first read a little bit about Islam and to read the Quran then with that. If they just pick up the Quran, given the way most people read the Bible, I don't have time to get into this, but structurally, the Quran, as you know, is not laid out from cover to cover, we go this way, as the Bible would be. And so people can actually be initially very confused, and it can not be beneficial for some. If they have a little bit of background so that they then know what they're moving to and looking for, then I find they can engage the Quran much better. This isn't true for all people, but I think it's true for many.